about because my cousin Terrence and his wife actually sang this song. And I'm telling you, I was a teenager at that time, and they were, singing it together, and they did such a wonderful job. I just never forgot that moment that I was able to share with him. So I'm going to play that song right now, and I'm going to have to just join in, and I have to turn off Rashawn's instrumental before I do it. And yeah, so What Is This by Walter Hawkins and the Family. And those of you that know it, come on, sing along. Sing along. Let's have some fun this morning on this second day of the new year while giving God glory. I'll be back after this.
Peace.
whatever it is, oh, it won't let me hold, my peace. Whatever it is, whatever it is, oh, it won't let me hold, hold my peace, whatever it is, whatever it is, oh, it won't let me hold, Lord, hold my peace. What is this? Yes. Yes. It just takes you there, doesn't it? It just takes you there every time. And as I'm sitting there, while I'm visualizing myself being with the group, we were at Nan's house. That's what we called my cousins Terrence, Dee, Odie, and David, their grandmother. She actually lived around the corner from us. And whenever they come and visit, especially Dee, that was their sister, and I hung out with her and my other cousins, and we'd often go to Nan's, and we were playing music, and Terry and Robin, they were not married at the time. We were all teenagers. They're another couple that's been together for many years, and they were on their way somewhere. I believe it was choir rehearsal, and I remember it being on a Saturday. And when the song came on, they started singing, but we were like sitting around the living room and the kitchen. We were on the sofa and everything, and they started singing, and they ended up, finishing the song. They sang, and I was just like, wow, because I had never heard them sing together. I knew Terry could sing. We even used to play around when we'd be at the house and we'd be singing and stuff like that. But I had never heard him and Robin sing together, and they sang the song really good. And so they were standing by the door, and the door, the front door was open. And the part that's so memorable for me, and I had him cracking up that I even remember this, that the very end of the song, when the beat goes, bear, 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 Terry finished singing, and then when it did that, he said, got to go. And then he turned around and he just walked right out the door. So Robin started laughing. She said, all right, bye, y'all, see y'all later, or whatever. I've never, ever forgotten that memory. And that's just one of the memories that you kind of go back in your childhood, and it just kind of takes you back to a good place, a warm place. And like any other family, there were things going on in our homes and our families and things like that. But those are the memories that I hold on to even today. What is this? It's such a powerful message. Many of you already know, but for those of you who aren't aware what they were singing about, what the writer of that song penned those words, and he's talking about whatever it is makes people think I'm acting strange. It won't let me be the same. Whatever this is on the inside. Jeremiah described it this way. It's like fire shut up in my bones. He said it won't leave me alone. It's something that will make you love your enemies. Now, we're supposed to. I don't know how successful we are all the time with loving our enemies, but that's exactly what the Bible tells us to do. The Bible tells us to pray for our enemies. Pray for those who despitefully use you. If your enemy hungers, feed him. If he thirsts, give him drink. In doing so, you will heap coals of fire on his head. I'm not sure who that's for. I don't know where that's springing up from. I wanted to talk just a little bit about something that I've read in Isaiah, and I'm feeling in my spirit, man, today that this is the year of coming out. There have been a lot of people that have come out of a lot of stuff. Even at that time, Diana Ross's song, I'm Coming Out, that was such a big hit. And I remember we even played that at Nan's, it was playing at my house. They played it on the basketball courts when they had, little functions, disc jockeys came. And so all of these songs were a part of our childhood and our upbringing. And as soon as you heard that music, and the DJs would mix it up, and we'd be like, oh yeah, that's my jam. And who didn't sing along to that song? And the words were, I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Gotta let it show. And then she talks about, there's a new me coming out. I just want to do it like you never knew it. I'm letting the world know that this is who I am. And so, shouldn't it be that way in Christianity? Shouldn't we be on the front lines? Shouldn't we come out of hiding in this year? I don't care how it's been. I don't care what was done. I have something that I picked up in this version of the Bible. I've been reading Isaiah. I've told you many times, I am a King James Version Bible reader. Have been ever since I was like 7, 8, 9, 10, all of those years I grew up, because that was the Bible in church, and that was the Bible my mother had on her dresser. And so I read it. Not that I understood it all, especially at those ages, but I read it and I read it and I read it, and I heard teachings on it. And so I developed a love for the King James Version. In fact, I don't like to hear Psalms and Proverbs in any other translation. I like my these and thous and those and ye's and yays, and that's just me. And so through the years, I have read other versions. I have bought all kinds of Bibles, the NIV, the Amplified, and things like that. But I always went back to and stuck to my King James Version. And so I was reading in the Message, and yes, it becomes a lot clearer, because a lot of times when I am reading in the King James Version, especially books like Isaiah, Jeremiah, the Old Testament books, Deuteronomy, a lot of times I will read, along certain passages, I will look them up in my Matthew Henry commentary and, looking up words in a dictionary and things. So I will admit, the Message is a lot easier to understand, and I'm just like shaking my head at some of the things that I'm reading in this translation, because it sounds just like God is talking to us today. It is so relevant. It is so apropos. And yes, the Old Testament is relevant for us today. Not that we are to follow everything that is written in it, because most of it does not apply to us. It is talking about his children, Israel, and his relationship with them. But thank God and glory